What if your child's slow progress has nothing to do with talent? Because a lot of parents assume their child just isn't good at swimming, when actually something else is happening behind it. In the early stages, swimming isn't really about how brave or naturally talented your child is. It's more about how familiar they are with the water. Think about it this way. Every time your child gets into the pool, they're not just learning movements. They're getting used to a completely different environment. How the water feels on their face, how their body moves, even how they breathe. And that kind of comfort doesn't come from one good session. It comes from being there often enough that it starts to feel normal. What I've seen with a lot of kids is this. They might actually do okay during a lesson, but then they miss 1 or 2 weeks, and suddenly everything feels harder again. Not because they lost ability, but because the feeling of being in the water isn't familiar anymore. So when it looks like they're progressing slowly, sometimes it's not about capability at all. It's just that the exposure isn't consistent yet. If you want something practical to hold on to, you don't need to overcomplicate it. For most beginner swimmers, showing up 1 to 2 times a week regularly already makes a big difference. It doesn't have to be perfect every session. What matters more is that your child keeps reconnecting with the water often enough that it starts to feel natural. If you're figuring this out as a parent and want simple, practical guidance like this, you can follow at the Swim Starter.